What is up, YouTube? It is I, Chaos, and welcome back to Chaos Daily Show. We're going to get back into it. The rendering is over for now until this V-Red thing downloads. So today we are going to get started on making a modification for this bad boy. This little dust buster vacuum cleaner thing. And what we are going to be modifying, or making an entirely new part for, is this whole section here. This is the separation and collection system, and it doesn't work very well. Well, it works very well, but not as well as I would like. You see, it's not separating the dust out well enough, and it's getting caught in the filter. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some drawings off of this to start with. So we'll start with this one. The easiest way for me to do this is to just take a piece of paper and trace around it, and then I'll pull the measurements off of that. And this isn't entirely accurate, but it will be close enough because this piece has got like this rubberized seal on it. So there's quite a bit of tolerance on the sizes that we can have for this section, which will be this part of it here. And then there's a bit of a lip inside, and there's these stoppers here and here. And then on this piece, on the inside here, turn it so you can see, these parts here, they press up against the inside lip here to stop it from going in too deep. So, but we're going to be changing this as well because this is also multiple parts. We'll be keeping the filter. This is the only part that's going to be the same. You can see all the dust that's coming off of it. And it clogs up real fast. So we want to try and keep as much of the dust and particulates off of this filter and let it only do what it's supposed to do, which is to get the really fine particles and stop them from getting sucked through the motor and getting sprayed into the air that you breathe. This piece, however, we'll be making a new one of these as well, because honestly, that's not a very good separator. So we've got that piece, and now I want to get the outside dimensions for this. Now this is going to be tricky, because there are these little registers here and here, which conform to this one here, which is the release register, and this one on the back, which is the holding register. And they work like such. So the one that's got a through hole is the holding register, and this one is just an indentation on the inside so that you can get it on and off. And you can see there, this is quite a loose fit. So I'm not too worried about the tolerances. I'll probably make mine even better tolerance than this one. But again, it doesn't matter because this piece, the rubber gasket extends to this entire top surface, which mates up with this here. And that's what creates the seal. Right, so we've got these registers, and it's quite easy to determine their height. I'll just have to bring this to the edge of the table here so I'm off camera. I'm just using the micrometer, really crappy Hobby King micrometer. Wow, I opened it exactly where it needed to be, and it looks like it's about 28 millimeters to the bottom of the register. And well, it's on this side, which you probably find. This one is the through hole. We are looking at, I'd say it's 20 and a half, maybe 21 millimeters. And the thickness, about 4.5. And then we'll just give it a bit of a drawing. And I've got to suspect this one on the other side will be a little harder to measure. I will make do. And that one looks at about 20. And we could probably actually get the other measurements off of this better. So yeah, that'll be 20 as well. I'd say this one's 4 mil as well. No, 3.5. Now for the really hard part is these cutouts here. There's two ways I can measure this. I can either do the same as measuring the height from the base to the registers, or we can try and pull it off of this here, which I think is going to be the optimal solution. It looks about 14, no, more about 13. And I'd say they're both the same, sort of. This one's got a flat spot here. It's on this side. Probably take this one again and just use it to quickly knock out those circles. So we said 13 for the height. Now it's hard to measure this because of these fillets, these radiuses that are in here. But you have to keep in mind that someone else designed this, and I highly doubt they went to all the time and effort to make it complicated. So it is most likely going to be a very simple matter. I'm going to say 30 before the radius starts. We'll probably do it to scale. So we said 13. 30, and then the really tricky part is getting those. I'm pretty sure they are in line and equal. Yeah, they're indeed the same. So it is going to be a feature that's done on one side and it is extruded through the whole thing, which makes life a lot easier. Like I said, somebody else designed this, and I'm very sure they didn't go through all the time and effort to make it too complicated. It will have been simple features that they used in the design program that they use. And this is something you can keep in mind whenever you're reverse engineering something, is that somebody else designed it, another human being, and human beings are lazy. So yeah, that makes life easier. Keep that in mind. I think I really want to get this distance apart on them, and it's tricky because it's on a curved surface, but it looks like it's bang on 6, so I'm going to go with 6. And then the really hard part is working out these radii. But I have a trick up my sleeve. Oh, that's too small. That's too big. I'll be right back. I'm going to go through every round object I have in my room, in the office, and find this radii. Actually, never mind. That's the radii right there. And I bet you, good money, this radii will be the same as this radii. And that radii is, well, that diameter, oh look at that, a nice round number, 14. Radii of 7. And that's it. That's all we need for now, because all we're going to do is design this section and print this section. If we can get this part to work as well as this part does, if better, then we can focus on all this really fun, complicated cyclone magic stuff. That's what we're going to look at doing right now. Oh my god, someone is an idiot. In my OBS, I have these different scenes down here, and I still had the studio scene selected when I recorded the footage for this. So all I got was audio and a black screen. Wow, but it's done. And I can't exactly like go back and do it again because that's pointless. So instead what I'll do is I'll just go through the steps that I used to make it. We started with extruding this puck with this flat surface. That's the sketch. Then we cut out the feature thing there when we created a sketch for the through hole, and then we did an extrusion to make it hollow. I didn't use shell for a reason, because shell sometimes does weird wonky stuff around these sort of shapes, and I didn't want any of that. I just wanted a nice clean hole in the middle, especially around these fillets. I didn't want the shell feature, the shell function, messing that up. So that was the next step. And then we did the through hole, added fillets for the through hole. We used an emboss feature to cut out the register on the other side, because it is on a curved surface. You can't use an extrude function, otherwise you'll have a flat surface on the inside face there, and we don't want that. It has to be curved. And then when I was measuring up some of the finer minutiae of this, I noticed that there's a little lip that runs along this edge here. It's a little bit that sticks out a bit, and we easily created that with a revolve function by creating this tiny little triangle sketch and then revolving it between this face and the face that is there, and then we finished it off by adding just a little rounded fillet along the bottom edge there, and that's it. That's how we made it. Yay. Now I gotta remember everything else that I talked about that was important, like we are going to. So this is what we need to do as well. We need to make a new one of these. And one of the problems this has is that when the filter is inside, if I can get it to, there we go. When the filter is inside, there's only a very small area here for the air to pass through and where the filters actually work. The one we want, we'll design to click on in the same way. We'll utilize all of the surface area of the filter to improve efficiency. We also want to make a little tab that goes on the inside here that keeps the filter propped up so that when it's sucking it doesn't collapse. And yeah, so it's just going to be a little cover thing that goes over it and allows air to funnel in only in one area and distribute over the whole surface area. So that's tomorrow's episode, and I'm going to get started on that maybe just now. We'll see. I've got other stuff that I need to do, but that'll be it for today. Again, another short episode. I'm just cranking them out. There's a lot of stuff coming up at the moment. My birthday is on Monday. It is now Thursday. So this weekend I'm going to be, enjoying myself. So I'm going to try and get ahead of some videos maybe, so I can take a day off basically and enjoy my birthday. Girlfriend's coming up again this weekend to hang out. Maybe you'll get to meet her, maybe not. We'll see. She's shy. She's very shy. I love her. So that's it for today. I've been Chaos, and as always, if you've liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's good for you. It really is. Like 9 out of 8 medical experts all agree that subscribing to my channel is good for you. If you can, head over to my Patreon page. We've got some really interesting projects that I'll have on the back burners that would be greatly improved by having some funding available to do them. And until next time, expect the unexpected, and I shall see you guys later.